Well, in what is considered as a major setback, the spokesman for the YPG-dominated Syrian Democratic Forces has defected from his group. Human rights group confirmed Talas Silo has arrived close to the northern Syrian town of Jarablus, controlled by Turkey-backed rebels. The YPG is an offshoot of the PKK, a designated terrorist organization in Turkey and the US. Well, for more TRT World's Ahmed Al-Barai joins us. He's in the Turkish city of Antakya. Hi, Ahmed. So we've heard reports about Talas Silo defecting. What more can you tell us?
Well, Aicha, Talas Silo used to be the spokesman of the US-backed forces, SDF, the Syrian Democratic Forces, that is predominantly controlled by the YPG. And according to the opposition groups on the ground in Syria, they're saying that they coordinated with him to defect and leave the Manbij, that is mainly controlled by the SDF, and move towards Jarablus, that is mainly controlled by the US. The Turkey-led coalition with the Free Syrian Army. So they coordinated with him to leave, and this guy used to be a lieutenant colonel in the army, but in the Syrian army. But in 2004, he was sacked from the army because he was accused by the Syrian regime of carrying out operations against the government. And in 2013, this man composed his own fighting group against the Syrian regime, and almost in 2015 he lost all the fighters in his fight with Daesh, and then he decided to move to the SDF lines. And since then, he was the spokesman of this group, the SDF, that is mainly supported by the United States, and he's the one who declared the operation of the SDF against Daesh. Now, there is no voice coming out from the SDF why he defected and why he left so far. We need to wait and see what happened, whether this is a coordination or just an individual move.
And how much of Syria is now in control by the Syrian Democratic Forces, Ahmed?
Recently, the SDF is increasing its grab on the ground, controlling many of the lands. It is believed that it controls almost 30 to 35% of Syria, mainly in the north, in main provinces like Deir ez-Zor, Raqqa. Recently, they've taken Raqqa from Daesh. Almost 70% of the city is in the hand of the SDF. Also, Deir ez-Zor, parts of Idlib, and parts of Aleppo, and many of the region in the border with Turkey, like Afrin. So they control a huge land, and that constitutes a kind of concern for Turkey because they consider them the extension, the version of the PKK terror group in Turkey here. And that's why this would constitute a threat to the national security for the Turks here in Turkey. And that's why you would find that these kind of problems coming to the surface again and again between the United States and Turkey because of this group. Now, the deflection of this senior official of the SDF is going to have some repercussions for many of the activists on the ground. We need to wait and see how this is going to play out in the coming few days.
Ahmed Al-Barai from Antakya, Turkey.